Hello. Hello, people. It has been a while. Is anyone there yet? Hello. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, Noella and Adrian and Micah. Hello, hello. Thanks, Adrian. I appreciate it. Thought I'd change it up. It looks a mess right now, but I'm hoping that I'll feel like fixing it for Thanksgiving, but if I don't care. I plan on just sitting around all day eating and having fun and enjoying myself. Hi, Nichelle. Hello. Micah, thank you for joining. Oh, thank you, Noella. I try my best to be. You know, it don't do no good to be grumpy and out of sorts. Life is too short. Hello, Jennifer. I truly enjoyed everything that you said. Very on time and very, very, very helpful. This is a time when everyone is going through and everyone is dealing with something, but you know, life doesn't stop, and that's kind of like what my live is about tonight. Life doesn't stop, it doesn't slow down, time does not reverse. But we have to keep on going and see what's ahead of us, moving forward and trusting God and hope. It's huge to be able to just say that you have hope in this day and age. Hope is so important, and it can be that guiding light that you need to just get yourself out of whatever rut it is, to help someone else, to bring them out. And I'm just truly grateful for even just the hope of better, I truly believe that better is coming for all of us, for everyone. Everybody that's believing and praying for something, I believe that God is working on every bit of it. But the wait and the patience and the trust, all of that comes into play, and it gets hard, and I know it's hard. And that's when we really need to get together as brothers and sisters and encourage each other and remind each other to just stay diligent. And there I go rambling. I am not going to be before you guys too long. It's been a while since I've been live. Everybody knows, I think, that I've been sick. I had an incident where I was very ill. I was very ill. And hello, Edward. How are you? I know that you had a bout with some sickness too, and I am so sorry, and I hope that you are feeling so much better. I pray that, healing comes your way in more than one way, in every way. And I pray that for everybody tonight that's on this live. I pray that the healing power of God will enter your homes and into your hearts and into your minds and your festivities this week as you celebrate with your family, and just remind you and keep you in the spirit of gratitude, because being able to be grateful in despite of it actually is very healing for the soul. Things could always be worse. There's always someone that's doing worse, and God is faithful. Even if it feels like it's horrible and the worst thing that you've ever been through, He's still there, and He's not going to leave you. He is so faithful and he is so good. And that is why I wanted to take the opportunity to do this live. And I tonight have been through some things, but gratitude is all I can say. It's all I can say. Let's see. I have Miss Ginger here, and she is grateful as well. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, everybody. Say my little nose is twitching, and I'm happy, and I'm grateful too. Say, hey, everybody, have a happy Thanksgiving. So, about 2 weeks ago, I started feeling a little sick, and I'm figuring, people, we know kids. We have kids. They come home and they bring all kinds of germs and bacteria and viruses and stuff like that. Sometimes you just can't escape it. So, your daughter wants a bunny. Oh, well, get her a lop. Ginger is an English lop. And, she is the sweetest bunny in the world. So easy to take care of and so sweet. And she doesn't make any fuss. She's always ready to cuddle and twitch her nose, and all she wants to do is eat and hop around and look cute. So I ended up having a seizure. This was the first time I had ever had a seizure in my entire life. It was scary. I don't remember too much about it, but I knew something had happened until my significant other was telling me what happened, and I was like, oh boy, yeah. Really, really, really caught me off guard. So I knew something was up. I didn't know if it was because I was not eating and drinking. My electrolytes were off. I was really dehydrated because I really couldn't keep anything down much. I didn't really want to keep anything down much. But eventually, it got to the point where I had to call the ambulance because I just couldn't make it anymore. I had suffered at home with whatever it was that I was going through for about 2 weeks. And by that point, I was extremely dehydrated, hadn't eaten, had tried to force things down, couldn't keep them down, and it just was not happening. I did not want to go to the hospital, but there's a point where you get so miserable that you feel like you just have to go. And it was just like, I have to go. So I ended up calling the ambulance to come and take me. And I knew that there might be a wait. So I said, if the ambulance comes to get me, they will at least probably give me something for the nausea, maybe start me some fluids so that I can start getting a little bit of relief. The ambulance shows up, and they were absolute angels, beautiful people. And I get in the ambulance. At this point, I could barely stand. And I'm not ignoring you guys. I'm just trying to get through my thing before I start talking to you guys, because I can go off on a spiel. And I don't want to get sidetracked. But I love you all. I really do. And I promise I'm going to do another live soon, and we're all going to chat, and we're going to talk about Thanksgiving drama and all that good stuff. But so I'm in the ambulance, and they decided to I'm telling them that I'm nauseous. I can't keep any fluids down, can't keep any food down. Had an episode where I was lost consciousness and all that good stuff. And they decided to check my vitals. Didn't have a fever or anything like that. Thank you so much, Denise. I appreciate you, sweetheart. I finally get in the ambulance, and they're checking my blood pressure, and the numbers don't even show up. My blood pressure was so high that the blood pressure machine could not measure it. So we know that this was off the charts. It was high. Usually I don't have too much trouble with my blood pressure as long as I'm doing diet and exercise and keeping my, salt intake right. But when I get uncomfortable or in pain or not feeling good, it'll shoot up. And the guy in the ambulance is looking at me like, and I'm looking at him like, and we're both looking at each other like, and I'm like, you're supposed to be the medical person. Like, what do you want me to do? So I finally make it to the hospital. The drive was excruciating. I'm dry heaving the whole time because I got nothing else to come up. The nausea was so extreme that it hurt. I don't know if you guys have ever felt that kind of nausea to the point where it almost feels like it hurts. And at this point, my head is splitting. I have never had a headache so bad in my life. And so we get to the hospital. They roll me in, and they put me in one of those little rolling chairs, and they push me into the waiting room. I'm able to, do my insurance stuff and get all that stuff together. And I'm just thinking, "Ooh, thank you, Jesus." I'm tears falling, and I'm just so grateful that they brought me to the hospital, and I'm crying, and God bless y'all. Thank you for bringing me to the hospital because I felt so bad. Get in the waiting room, and they set me there. The people from the ambulance left. And I'm seeing people walking by and all this good stuff like that. And I'm just sitting there trying to be patient. And that lasted for about 6 hours. I arrived at the hospital in the ambulance at 7:30. It was midnight before I finally could not take anymore. And my body just started to cry from places that I didn't even know I could cry from. I cried hysterically. And I was the only person in this hospital waiting room, other than the security guards and eventually my significant other and my baby came, and they wanted to check on me. But of course, I'm like, you guys don't need to be sitting here all night. Go home, get some rest. It makes sense for everybody. I wanted my baby to get some sleep. And I'm just like, when midnight hit, it was like something broke in me, and I could not stop crying. I cried so loud that people in the back are coming out to the waiting room to see what is going on. Who is that crying like that? I have never cried so hard in my life, I don't think. I was in so much pain. And I was so miserable, you guys. My insides were hurting from the dry heaving, and I was dizzy. You know how it is, like when you sit and you're still, but you got kind of like the vertigo feeling going on, and it feels like you're still spinning. It was that. My head was hurt. My head was splitting. It felt like there was an axe in my brain. And of course, I knew that my blood pressure was that high. So finally, midnight, and I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone with my family, and I'm like, you look, if anything happens to me, make sure my daughter is okay. She is my sister knows all the details and everything about if anything happened to me. I want my daughter to be okay. So I'm on the phone with my sister. I'm exchanging numbers. Look, if this happens to me, look, you call this person, you call this person call this person, everybody connect, and you know, I just want, you know, her to be good and take care of whatever else. Don't worry about me. Whatever that happens tonight, I want her to be okay. That was my priority. Us moms, we know that no matter what we're going through, we want our babies to be okay, and that is all that matters. And so I'm done. I feel like I'm just done. It's like I can't wait anymore to get any relief. They gave me nausea medicine while I was in the ambulance, and that was one of the main reasons why I called the ambulance. And that had completely worn off by 30-40 minutes in. So it came back full force. It's like as soon as I got to the hospital. And so I'm sitting there, and everybody's running over with tissues, and they're saying, you know, we're getting the room ready for you right now. We're getting the room for you right now. And it was just so crazy because my mind couldn't process it. I've been sitting here with my blood pressure sky high. I've had a seizure. I don't know if I'm going to get out of here alive tonight, or if I'm going to be leaving here in a body bag, or what. Because I'm feeling so bad and so miserable that I'm just like, you know what, whatever. Just get me out of this waiting room. And so finally, they came out and they took me to the back. I get on the bed, and they're like, well, what's going on? Well, the nurse immediately hooks me up to the monitor to see, you know, my vitals. As soon as she hooks me up to the monitor, it immediately turns red and just goes beep, 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 because at this point, I'm tachycardia, which means my heart rate is extremely fast, and my blood pressure was 238 over 194. And I was, you know, finally getting a reading at this point, but that reading was extremely high. And they all looking at me like they didn't know what to do. And I'm looking at them like, well, do something, because I'm in excruciating pain. So, you know, some things that you go through, it's just so surreal. Like, who would imagine that you would be in the United States in 2024 and in an emergency room for 6 hours with blood pressure that high after having a seizure by yourself? There is no one else in this waiting room other than me. And I have been sitting here by myself for 6 hours, and it's midnight. And I can't get off track. But anyway, they hooked me up to the monitor, and the monitor is just red. They had to immediately turn the alarm off. And the nurse is like, I'm going to go find the doctor and ask him what he wants to do and this, that, and the other. Midnight. It was 2 a.m. before they finally got me some medication. I laid there in pain and misery for another 2 hours, watching the monitor and looking at my heart rate jumping around from 170 something, and my blood pressure jumping from 2 something to 1 something to, and I just thought to myself, you know, this is, did I freeze? Is it okay? Can everybody see me okay? My screen froze a little bit, and I want to make sure that you guys can still see and hear me okay. So I'm just laying there hoping and praying and pleading with God, you know, Lord, if you're going to take me tonight, then please just let me go. And but if not, please just let them come give me some medicine or something that would give me some relief. And okay, thank you, Adrian. It was 2 hours before they actually got me medication. The nurse comes in and she gives me a dose of nausea medicine, a dose of morphine. They never gave me fluids. But it eased off a little bit for them to be able to do x-rays and everything and all that good stuff like that. And I remember just laying there and thinking to myself, you know, this is an outrageous situation. Like, who would have thought? Like, this is crazy. And I'm just thinking to myself that, you know, no matter what, I know God is here. I can feel him. And I know he's with me. So no matter what, tonight, I know that whatever happens, it's going to be okay. So I endured, and I did it patiently. And I just thought to myself, wow, like, look at the growth I've made. You know, the Bible talks about us having patience and long suffering with each other. And it's so true. How else can we bear with each other if we don't have patience with each other, you know, and love for each other, you know? I could have freaked out. I could have cursed up and down. I could have got angry and all that good stuff, but it just would have made my blood pressure higher, you know? It wouldn't have helped anything. And I just remember the peace of God. I know that you believers, you know what I'm talking about. You know that you know what I'm talking about. That calm that comes over you when you know that God is there, and you know that no matter what, it's okay. And I just started singing, and I sang, and I praised and worshiped God, and I said, thank you, Lord, because this situation isn't changing, but I have. I have. God has taught me through the situations and the things that I've been through to be patient and long suffering, and to bear the burdens of this life, and to do it with the peace that passes understanding. I don't care what you're going through, because I'm going to tell you, God will come in the midst of your situation, and he will give you peace. And everybody will think whatever they want to think. But you'll know. And I don't care where you are tonight. Like Jennifer just said, everybody is dealing with something. Everybody is going through something. Big, small, however, whatever size it is. And it's hard sometimes. It's hard sometimes. But if you just look around, breathe, take a moment and breathe and just think, okay, what am I supposed to be doing with this situation? This situation is just too outrageous to be for nothing. Gonna get something out of it. And that night I said to myself, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of me. And I think God might be proud of me too. Because despite everything, I never lost my cool. I never lost my composure. I never lost my peace. And by all means, it was not me. It was not me. But believe me, it was the Holy Spirit. But any other time, I would have been like, oh, why does this have to happen to me? This thing happens to me all the time. And, you know, that those negative thoughts would have come. And I would have tore myself down, and I would have made it about me and this, that, and the other. But the truth is that this is just life. People go through every day. And you know, what if what I was going through was because the doctors had to take care of somebody that was flatlining, you know? And those things just went through my mind, and it's just like, no. But long story short, my CAT scan, my x-rays, my blood work, everything came back perfect. My heart looked perfect. There was no congestion in my heart, no evidence of a heart attack, no evidence of a stroke. My brain looked fine. My responses were perfect. And I was okay. I was okay. Even though I felt so horrible. It was the worst thing I'd endured physically in my whole entire life. I've dealt with some things, but I had never went through in my body to that point. And it's like, okay. I'm going, okay. And I had never felt so bad in my life, but I was all right. So whatever you're dealing with, if you're dealing with something, I'm here to tell you, hold on to your faith. Believe God. If you have to, sing to yourself and worship for yourself and enter his gates for yourself, do it. Because it'll be okay then. All I can do is tell you that it worked for me. I should have died that night. All I could remember was that my sister told me that the night that her husband passed away from a stroke, well, he didn't pass away, he had a stroke, but eventually he succumbed to his illnesses. That when she called the ambulance for him, his blood pressure was so high that they could not get a reading on the machine. And he was in the middle of a full-blown stroke. And he was in the hospital for weeks. It was a devastating blow. And that kept registering in my mind. As soon as I got in the ambulance, I was like, okay, something's not right. This is not good. This is not a good situation. If you can't even get a blood pressure reading from the ambulance and they're using the hand blood pressure machine and can't even get a reading, something's not good, you know? And I kept remembering that, okay, this is what happened to my brother-in-law. his blood pressure was so high that he couldn't get a reading, and he had a stroke. He couldn't keep anything down. He had a massive headache. That was one of the first symptoms. And, you know, I was just prepared, you know. But here I am. Here I am. And I'm happy. I'm happy about it, you know. I'm happy that I'm here to tell you guys and to share the testimony. Because greater is coming. Good things are coming. The things that we're dealing with are not for nothing. Sometimes they're to teach you patience and long suffering. But if God will take you to something like that, something so outrageous and so ridiculous to the point where it's like, who goes through these things? It's for a reason. Figure it out and keep moving. And you're going to be fine. I am so sorry that I blubbered all over y'all tonight. But it's just the gratitude. I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And I'm about to go over my time, and I don't want to, so I am going to start wrapping it up. Who is next? Thank you all so much for the stars, for the love, for the kind words. I appreciate you more than you could ever know. I love you. I love you guys. I mean, the support is amazing. Adrian, I am grateful for you. All my normal supporters, Micah, you always show up. Thank you so much. Jamila, I love you, girl. Just stay prayed up. Just stay prayed up and stay in tune with God, and He'll keep you like nobody else. There's no words for it. But rest assured, He is true and He is faithful. And just like He did it for me, He'll do it for you. All you got to do is believe it. Take Him at His word. What a friend we have in Jesus. Just take Him at His word. Try Him. Just try Him. That's all I got to say, y'all. I done cried enough all over the live. I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Let's see if I'm gonna be able to see Adrian. Okay, Nichelle is up next. So I am going to wish you all good night. I love you. I love you all. I'm going to come back in the comments so that I can reply to everybody, because I want each and every one of you to know that I appreciate you greatly. And everybody have a wonderful Thanksgiving and be grateful. Be grateful. Gratitude is healing. It is. It's your choice and you can do it. Thank you, Denise. I hope you have a wonderful holiday, darling. And we're gonna get ready. And Adrian, am I good to go so I can go to Nichelle, or I'm just gonna wait for the cue for a second, you guys. But to see if we're going on to Nichelle yet. Has she started? Does anyone else know? Okay, I see the numbers dropping, so I'm thinking that maybe she's about to start. She started. But either way, Micah, are you still there? My people, if you're still there, I love you guys. And I hope you have a wonderful holiday. Oh, thank you, Arthur. I appreciate you. Thank you, Denise. I will hold on if he wants me to, but if he's okay, she started. All right. Well, I'm done, you guys. I love you. God bless. God bless you all. You're all beautiful people, and I love you. And I will be there to support you.